Welcome explorers, I'm Astro Destroyer and I welcome you to a brand new session of another video. In today's video we're going to see the C++ implementation of Baconian cipher. So let's start. Now let us go to our C++ IDE. So first of all I am going to write the preprocessor directives. So basically these are the header files which we will be using in today's code, and also we will have to write using namespace std because we are writing in C++. And so let us write the main function. And so first of all I am going to declare three string variables: plaintext, encrypt and decrypt. And now I am going to print the message enter plaintext. And I am going to take the input in plain text. Here I am calling the encrypt function and storing the return value in encrypt string variable, where plain text is passed as the parameter or input to the function, and then print the encrypted text. And I am going to do the same thing for the decrypt as well. Here the encrypt string variable will be passed as parameter or input to the decrypt function. Now I am going to print the decrypted text. And finally write return 0. And now let us write the encrypt function. So it would be of type string, and after that write the name of the function, that is encrypt, and pass plain text as the formal argument. And then finally we are going to use the concept of dictionary, but there is no such strong concept as dictionary in C++. So we are going to do some innovation here. So basically we are going to create a we are basically going to create a string array where the key will denote basically the capitalized letters of the English alphabet, and the values will basically denote the Baconian cipher equivalent, that is, which consisted of small a and small b only. So in key I am going to write capital A, then capital B. So I had finished writing the key here, and now I am going to write the string value. So let me write it. Value is also an array of string values. And now for the first one we have 5 small a. Now I had finished writing the string value as well. Now I am going to declare one integer variable, basically two integer variable, that is I and j, integer I, j. And now also I am going to declare a string variable encrypt1. It is basically an empty string. And now we are going to run two for loops, two nested for loops. First of all, the for loop for the first part will be consisting of the counter variable, that is I equal to 0, I less than length of the plaintext variable, pt.length I plus plus. Now inside this loop I am going to run another loop where the counter variable will be j. For j equal to 0, j less than 26, j plus plus. And inside it I am going to write if pt dot substring I plus 1 equal to key of key of j. Don't worry, I am going to explain everything after I write this. And then I am going to write encrypt1 equal to encrypt1 plus value of j. And so we are done. Finally, we are going to return the encrypt1. So what is the basic meaning of this nested for loop? So basically, first of all, we are going to traverse the whole length of the pt or plain text string character by character. So first of all, we are going to run the for loop, the outer for loop, as many times as the number of characters present in the plain text. So suppose we have a plain text string variable of 2 characters, so it is basically going to run 2 times, and for each of the times we are going to run the for loop, that is the inner for loop, 26 times, not 26 times, but basically we are going to find or look upon the condition on which the plain text, or that is the individual characters present in the plain text, is going to be equal to any of the characters present in the key string array. So for that I am going to write the if condition, as you can see here, and after that I am going to, if the if condition is true basically, then we are going to do or basically execute this line of code which says encrypt1 equal to encrypt1 plus value. So what is the meaning of this line? So the meaning of this line is that encrypt1 is going to be concatenated and stored inside encrypt1, and basically the string which is going to be concatenated is basically of the same index as that of the key. So suppose we have got capital B here in the plain text, and after that the index of capital B, as you can see here, is 0 and 1. So the index of capital B is 1, and so basically the corresponding index present in the value string array is going to be concatenated to the encrypt1 string. So basically after that we are going to do each of the loops, and we are going to iterate the operation, as you can see here, as many number of times as the number of characters in the plain text string variable, and finally we are going to return the encrypt string. And so now we are also going to do basically the similar thing for the decrypt function as well. So let me write the code for decrypt function. It is going to take the encrypt as the input or formal parameter, and now basically we are going to write these two things only, but here the key and value characters will assume different names. For example, let me copy this first and let me paste here. So basically here the value will be consisting of the characters and the key will be consisting of the ciphers. So this will be value and this will be key. So it is mutually exchanged. Now after doing the manipulation, now I am going to do nearly the same thing, that is declare integer I and j, and after that declare the string decrypt1 as an empty string, and now write the nested for loops for I equal to 0 semicolon I less than length of the encrypt string encpt, and finally here we are going to do something different, I equal to I plus 5. So let me write it first, then I will explain it to you. And for the inner for loop we are going to write for j equal to 0, j less than 26, j plus plus. And now we are going to give the if condition, if key of j equal to then it is going to execute this line. So finally we are going to return the decrypt1 string variable after all these computations. So now let me explain. So first of all, as you can see here, we have an outer for loop and an inner for loop. For the outer for loop, suppose we have got the encrypted text in the form of A and B, and after that I am basically going to divide the encrypted text into segments of 5 characters consisting of only A and B, and for each of the segments, so basically that's why I had written I equal to I plus 5, because I am here considering only the first index of each of the segments of the encrypted text. So for that I written the for loop, and it is going to run the total number of characters present in the encrypt text divided by 5 times. So for each of the segments I am going to dive into the inner for loop. The inner for loop is basically going to be iterated 26 times, and if the iteration or if the if condition inside the second for loop is going to be true, for if suppose key of j equal to encrypt dot sub str I comma I plus 5. So what does that mean? So that basically means that for each of the segments, if it is going to be equal to the key, to any of the key as we are declared here, then it is basically going to store the index, or basically j will become our point of consideration or integer of consideration, and for that j I am going to concatenate the decrypt one string variable with itself, plus we are going to concatenate the corresponding index present in the value character string, present in the value string array. So that basically means that suppose we have come across this segment inside the encrypt text, suppose we have come across 4a and then b, then it will automatically identify it, and then the value of j which we will get, for instance, will be 1, and for that corresponding value of j, here inside the value string array we have capital B. So basically it is going to concatenate the decrypt string with capital B, and for each of the other characters or for each of the other segments also. So basically we are going to get back the plain text, and finally after all the computation, finally we are going to print the decrypt string. So I had completed writing the code. Now let me run the code. First of all save it, Ctrl S, and there is one error. Let me see. Oh sorry, I had forgotten to give another equal to, and so now we are 0 error. And as you can see, it is saying to enter the plain text. So for simplicity I am going to enter only 2 characters. I am going to enter hi, and as you can see the hi has been encrypted into an encrypted text, where the first character, that is h, is going to be encrypted into the first 5 characters, that is double A and triple B, and similarly for the I, and finally it is going to decrypt, and we are going to get the decrypted text back as the plain text. So that's how the Bacanian cipher for C++ implementation can be done. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you enjoy the video then don't forget to like, share and comment on this video, and also subscribe to my channel for further notifications and updates. I will be back with another exciting video, and until then keep exploring.